want to go through the mixtape, bro, yeah? Boy to a Man, right? I think that's probably my second favourite to Memories, right?
Is Memories your favourite track on the tape?
Actually, no, let's kick it with Memories. My life story's too real for an interview. So I'm gonna have to pull you off on that, bro. What are you telling me, bro? Like,
I made the exception for you, innit?
like, bro, so look, I think, your background, what ethnicity-wise, what's the blend?
My mum's Pakistani. She was born in Clapham. Her parents were both from back home. Come here in the 50s, late 50s, or mid 50s. And my dad's a white revert from Liverpool.
When you say revert, what does that mean?
In Islam, we say revert, we don't say convert. We say revert because it was always your destiny to become a Muslim. So they'll say it was sort of your fate. So they'll say you reverted, like back. You know when you revert back to something, they'll say right, you're back. So yeah, they'll say you reverted in Islam. So yeah, my dad reverted in the 80s, which was kind of like a bit of a taboo thing. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a film called East is East that a lot of people within the Asian community have watched. Yeah. And that isn't even like what my life was like, but it's like a lot of the times in them days you would see Asian men maybe marrying outside of their culture. You wouldn't see a lot of Asian women marrying outside of their culture. You get me? So, yeah.
Does that cause problems within a family?
Not within my family, it didn't, because my family is very open to things like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like even I used to ask my granddad, well, why did you move to South London, Nana? You get me? And he used to say to me, I didn't leave Pakistan to come to Pakistan. You get me? So that's what my granddad used to say. You get me? My granddad's a man, he would like to converse with people from all walks of life. You know them way there? So that rubbed off on me. And obviously I've grown up in such a diverse community. You know what I'm saying? London's probably the most diverse city in the world, but then I've grown up in a predominantly probably Caribbean community. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially growing up my background at primary school, my local ends and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But I got friends from all over the world. You get me?
I mean, when I speak about that part, like, even those times, I don't know how many white Muslim men there would have been. And what was your dad from Liverpool? Where's he from?
Yeah, so my dad's from Liverpool. Yeah, my dad's from Liverpool. Because I used to see my grandma more than my dad growing up. So I know little traits, like they call everyone Love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you right, Love? You right, Love? And they'll say, you want some tea? And when they say tea, over here, you think we're talking about a cup of tea. They talking about eating some food, like your lunch and that. Like, you want some tea, Love? You want some tea? Bring your sandwich and, you get me? Like, yeah, I used to love my grandma still. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's a good woman.
Bro, I mean, obviously, like, when did you know that there's a difference? Like, did your mum and dad did they stay together?
No, they split up just before I was 3. So when I was like 2 and a bit, my brother's a little baby. Me and my brother's 22 months apart. Me and my little brother. So we left. I grew up I was born in Barnsley. Then I lived, I think, in Barnsley or Doncaster or something like that. I think, and then we moved down from Yorkshire to just off Palace Road. And I grew up in my granddad's house. Yeah, and obviously my granddad was probably like the closest thing I had to like a father figure, if that makes sense, in them times, because my dad wasn't around, didn't play no part in my life, you get me? Last time I saw my dad was like 2009, and then before that was like 98.
Is that still alive?
Yeah. That's why that song Missing I made is very powerful, because it's like it shows people the insight into that, do you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of people who ain't had relationships with their father hit me up after listening to that record, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, I mean, look, that's interesting.
But my mum played 2 roles though. I'm not trying like one of these people that's like, oh, I didn't know my dad do it. Shut up, get on with it, crack on. We got to move forward, you know them way there? It just makes me know that when I have kids, inshallah, I'm going to make sure that man's there for them, do you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's important to be there for your youths, as a man especially, you get me? Because they need to have that male role model, especially the young boys, you get me? So stay on track.
You know, in Boy to a Man, you say, like, there's that party to that you got really good GCSEs. Then a year later,
my mum would brush me with that. She'd be like, why are you talking about you didn't do nothing?
Was your mum a teacher?
Yeah.
Okay, that helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I'm from my family, yeah, like, See, like, my mum was on me when I was young, bro. On me, bro. On me. On me. Like, very typical, like, hard-working Asian family in a sense, like, because I didn't go down the road that she went down, I reckon she probably wouldn't even like me to say this on camera, but I guess she would probably be a bit disappointed, do you know what I'm saying? She'd have rather gone down the more conventional, go get a degree, etc. That way, you get me? But I think there's a lot of pressure on certain people coming from them kind of households, you get me? But yeah, my mum worked hard. I've seen my mum work hard her whole life.
So what happened with that period of like, you've done really well with your GCSEs, then you get kicked out of college or whatever?
Yeah, I just went off the rails, bro. I was going off the rails before that already, bro. But I just went off the rails, bro. I pick up things fast, bro. My head clicks different, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I operate differently, I move different, I'm calculated. I went off the rails, bro.
Do you reckon that's just your personality, or you reckon that's based on just the area you were from? Is that nature, nurture? What do you see it as?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a product of my environment. Definitely a product of my habitat. I'm a strong believer in that, you know? Because if you leave an animal in the wild, it's gonna act wild, you know what I'm trying to say? If you put it in a home and give it love and affection, it's gonna be calm, do you know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, man, we are where we are, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, because everything I've gone through in my life's made me who I am and brought me to where I am today.
Let's go into like the poignant date of your release in Big Packagino. Like, tell me why you released it on the day that you did.
My grandmother and my grandfather was both born on July the 1st, so my mum's parents. Last October, my grandfather passed away. I was in the process of recording the project during that time anyway. And then when the year started, that's when I'm sort of planning out everything properly. I've got a book with me, we've got notes in it. Like I had a plan to do like this kind of pop-up shop tour from like 2015. I wanted to tour the country and go to designated locations in certain areas, but I hadn't strategically put it together yet. So at the start of this year, I was just driving around up and down the Emway like a madman, going to meet the manager of this establishment, going to this one. I remember, people don't understand all the headache I went through. So certain lounges said, yeah, they're on it. And then 3 weeks later, they changed their mind, you get me? So I got to go and get another one now, of pattern up this and pattern up the tour bus, pattern up videographer, boom, 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 woo, this, that. There's a lot of time and effort and planning and money that went into it still. But it was worth it.
I mean, that goes on. That even leads me to that independence. You say no label, no manager, right?
And I never took me a deal.
Yeah. But the week, like what you sold on another week could have been a top 10.
Top 20, I'd say. That's what they told me. From different people in, you know, powerful positions within the industry have told me, based on the numbers that I did, in a less peak week, I would have definitely had a top 20. But then that just makes me feel good and gives me a positive, uplifting feeling to know that I dropped in the middle of the summer, July the 1st. We still got a top 40. That's my first top 40. Hopefully my next release now we can push for a top 20. And then after that, I'm going to be talking about better from there. And we can move forward from this now.
The watch game, or the watch, like you talk about it in your bar sometimes about the watch game, right? Is that for you like a business, or is it like you just have watches?
Nah, I just love watches. I just got a passion for watches. I just love watches.
Bro, I love like private jets. I don't have private jets, bro.
Private jets a lot more expensive than a watch though, my guy. Private jets, we talk about some multiple M's. You get like 30 M's or something, or 50 M's.
Bro, it's relative to the person.
Nah, maybe a man on a private jet's got a watch, but yeah, it's a different ball game. But no, I love watches, man. I probably bought my first watch, like proper watch, in like 2008.
That long ago. How many? I don't need to know about how many watches do you reckon you've had over?
How many have I ran through?
Yeah.
I ran through a lot of kettles, bro. My kettle game's looking like a body count. You know the way there. I had a lot of watches, man.
You got a nice one today.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you, my brother.
Bro, what is that, bro? Can you hold it up a little bit? Just
5980, bimetal, the blue face, kind of like the Mediterranean Sea. You get me?
What's that retailing? What's that on the market for?
I don't know. On to me. I don't know. 140s, 150s maybe. Because a new clasp, innit? I like the new clasp one. It's cleaner. But I always like this watch. I like this watch for years, man. I like this watch for years. I wanted this watch since like 2017. I like this watch.
You make it sound like a girl that you've been after for a long time.
Yeah, I like watches, bro. But I'm proper passionate about this stuff. You know, like there's this misconception that just because you're a rapper, you have to have a bust down chain and a pendant and this and woo. I genuinely like watches. If I weren't doing music, I probably wouldn't be so fixated with, I need that thing, I need the mad thing, I need this matching this. And do you know what I mean? I probably do go a little extra mile because of the fact I'm doing music. But even if I didn't do music, bro, I'll be copping watches. I like watches. I genuinely like them. Like I could be in my yard, just look at it and I like that. Or be on holiday and just look at it and I like that. That's something for me, innit? Forget all the stunt inside and all that. Forget all the loud stuff. I actually genuinely like them, bro. I like watches more than cars. You can pull up on me in a Lambo right now, I'll be like, got one on my wrist, mate. Like, don't really, you know what I mean? You gotta pull up in a mad thing. The jet. You pull up in some jets? Cool, now we're talking. I'm gonna shut up now, forget about the patty. I wanna know about what engine's in that and how fast it's going and the kind of, I don't know. You know, that shit would interest me.
But I wanna talk about also like, this whole independent move that you've done, bro. Right?
And I want it to be a spark a change in the thing, you know. I want to see more independent artists charting, fam.
Do you think when you've done it now, not that other people are copying, because it's been happening, this whole, you know, but your one was so left field, no one really would
No one's ever done that many locations in a week. In any form of tour. Think about it, from a tour perspective, you couldn't do that much shows in a week, theoretically, it wouldn't make sense. So there's no one, I don't think, in England who's gone to 14 pop-up shop locations from England, Scotland and Wales in 7 days, driving around in a van saying big Pacchino on it, of just non-stop grizzling, like boom, every day. You get me?
And this is all self-financed?
Yeah, who else is fucking financing it?
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I just wonder when people will be thinking about, they're probably thinking, no, there's someone behind.
I don't care what they think. They can think that. Good for them.
Do you think that's just taking it back to the essence of what hip hop was like? Just straight to consumer, Master P, those type of people, Cash Money.
I feel like any business you do, bruv, you need to get hands-on to really build, you know what I'm trying to say? Getting hands-on is a good approach to have of anything in life. But this works for me, innit? It might not work for someone else. I just know that I can tap into my audience and they'll step out and cop physicals. So that's the pattern now, innit? And I know how much these physicals are worth. Forget worth in terms of value of the product. I'm talking about value of what it's adding towards your campaign. I've showed what I can do off my own back now and I'm ready to do it again. So what I need now is if I'm gonna work with any other form of entity or anything, I wanna know that they're gonna be able to propel me to a bigger platform. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm all for that because at the end of the day it's business. But it just has to be the right move for me. It would have to be the right opportunity to come up where I think, okay, these people have got my best interests at heart and they see the potential of where we can take this and they wanna help me to get there.
You don't think that's ever happened? You don't think? But I'm saying that. But why have you been overlooked? Because you've been rapping for a long time,
bro.
And people from your era have been dots been signed. Like most of your peers that you rap with have been signed.
Don't know, bro. You'd probably be in a better position to question that than me.
I personally don't know.
Maybe because I'm of my background. I don't know. I don't really look at it like that because, like I said, I am where I am and I am who I am. So me looking at it from a different perspective is me looking at it from perspective that's not me.
But okay, cool. So
Do you get what I'm trying to say to you, bro? It's like me saying, oh, imagine if I had blonde hair and blue eyes. I don't have blonde hair and blue eyes, bro. And then I wouldn't be who I am. And then my mother wouldn't look like how she looks. And then my whole family upbringing is different. And it just changes the whole demographic of everything.
I'm gonna pin you on this, bro. Like there must have been times where you thought the only difference is me being brown skin.
I ain't even got that darker skin, you get me? Like, you know what I mean?
Because geographically, you're from the same place. Messaging point, lifestyle, same thing. So, and I don't know how that manifests. I don't know if someone says, oh, like, we can't sell. I don't know. But what you've proven last couple of weeks ago is your audience is a lot more viable when you decide to step out and give them a reason to come out for you. which would make me think that that is something that could have been tapped into 10 years ago.
But the labels they would need me to explain to them what's going on, because I'm doing something which hasn't been done before. I'm targeting specifically communities which aren't really targeted.
That's true.
Like who goes and does pop-up shops in Peterborough? Who goes and does pop-up shops in Derby? Who does a pop-up shop in Glasgow and Cardiff? If the ends was gonna get you rich, you would have got rich in the ends. I lie. Because our music's available, so why not everyone in the ends go and buy it? Why when our mixtape drop don't free fire? We all know bare people in the hood. But they're not copying it. They ain't got £7 for you, cuz. They ain't got £7 to go and buy a CD. But if you hit the road now and go off ends and go somewhere where you're gonna be championed, they will, and they'll step out for you. But I have to understand the difference between being tolerated and being championed, bro. I have to understand the difference and weigh it up, bro. You get me? Obviously, there's money to make in the big city. We're in London. Of course there is. I'm not saying don't do pop-up shops in London. Of course we will. And I will do more. I'm just saying that I'm not making music coming from the ends I'm coming from to rely on my ends to buy my music and get me propelled to the next level. No, that don't make sense. That's not a logical way of thinking about it. You want your support from your hood. You want the support from your people, yes. But you got to tap into different communities. You got to tap into places you haven't been to. That's how you expand your network. That's how you expand. That's how you build. You know what I'm saying? And there's different approaches, because there's men that are doing mad streaming numbers that probably don't even need to do a pop-up shop. They got their feet up in their house and say, forget that, that's long. I just did 100 million streams. And that's their pattern. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's good for them. But like I said, everyone's got to find a strategy that works for them. I ain't trying to sit here and sound like I know it all. In terms of corporate achievements and what I've did, I'm still taking baby steps, bro. Just because I've been in it a long time and I'm years deep and I'm knee deep in, I've been in the thing for years. I've still taken baby steps, bro. That was the first baby step that I just took. You get me? But it's good though. It's still a step in the right direction, nevertheless. You know what I'm saying, bro? But I'm not trying to get complacent or come across as being arrogant with it. You get me? I'm glad that I achieved it, but there's still a lot more to come, and I need to do more, bro. I need to do double that. I need to do triple those numbers. I need to do quadruple those numbers, because I believe I can. And when I start talking them languages there, you know that quadruple them numbers there, that's when we're talking about. You understand? So yeah, even triple. So yeah, I just got to stay focused, fam. I know what I'm on now, innit?
This year tour?
Yeah, why not? Do some tours,
Why not?
Make a bit of money, cop another kettle, maybe cop a drop top or something. Yeah, why not?
Well,
Plus, I want to do the shows in the places, again, that I've forgotten about, bro. I want to get lit in some of these places that people will be like, oh no, don't do it there. I think you should just do one in London, that's what they say to me. Just do one in London, Perk, do one in Birmingham, and do one in like Sheffield and leave it there. No. I want to do Bradford. I want to do Leeds. I want to do Glasgow. I want to do Cardiff. I want to go to bare places. Leicester. They got some of the best clubs in the country. Some of the best clubs in the country is in Leicester. I didn't believe it until I actually go in there and see them, and I was like, rah, yeah, their clubs here are lit still. But the man, them need to spread out the thing more, man. You get me?
You should be proud of this, bro. Because I know one, what that means to you. Like, losing your grandpops ain't easy, bro. So, like, and for you to do it in that week, bro. To do it that week.
Yeah, it's special. Man, we'll never forget that.
So how many years in the game? What, 14 years in the game?
07, I dropped on Michael Million's YouTube channel.
So what, that's 15?
October 07. But it weren't really like a single release, just a freestyle on the DVD that got re-uploaded to YouTube. My first mixtape's 09, not on digital streaming platforms. Another mixtape 11, not on digital streaming platforms. Another mixtape 013, not on digital streaming platforms. My first release on digital streaming platforms was Legendary in 2015. So I had like the X amount of years prior to even under. And I remember when digital streaming platforms first came about, it was iTunes that was popping. The whole streaming thing hadn't really kicked in yet. You get me?
Do you know when it kicked in? When Austin went over to Spotify, and Austin started telling them, like, it was almost like everyone was on that free download my free mixtape. Then when Austin went over to Spotify, it was almost like, yo, like I can get you guys on a playlist. This does the whole work for you. Just give me the product. And I think when Austin went to Spotify, that's when I looked at the cultural shift, and that was like 2016.
Took me a while though to grasp it, I'm not gonna lie, bro. And I feel like the younger G's that came up in that era, that all they ever knew was that era, they cottoned on quickly. Where some of the man them that was a bit older, it took us a little longer to be like, right, okay, boom, 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 this is what's going on here, and da-da-da-da-da, and...
But you know what the mad thing is? I interject. I know we're short on time, bro. What you've just done is almost like you're showing the young boys that's what they need to do, where they've almost become so secure with like streams and YouTube views, they wouldn't go out and like, they won't do 14 dates.
But no disrespect to any streaming platform in the world, I don't feel that streams are a full reflection of a man's fan base. Streams are a reflection of how many streams you have. And we know that streams can be, obviously, no, I wasn't going to say manipulated. I was just going to say, look, there's some people that are going to necessarily maybe get into more playlists, so they're going to get more streams. And because they're going to get into more playlists, they're getting more support. But I can go to my Spotify or my Apple right now and stream something, yeah? So what I'm saying is, yeah, a stream is a stream, fair enough. A YouTube view is a YouTube view. A man stepping out and going and taking money out of his pocket and giving it to you and saying, oh, I'll have one of them, can you sign it for me, please? That's a different thing. And that's what I've got. You just get your bread straight. Yeah, you want to try this at home, get your bread straight. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. You get me? Man ain't sleeping in no tour buses either. Man's doing up in decent hotels, bro. You get me? Like, weren't cheap. Weren't cheap doing everything. Weren't cheap. But in terms of like the process, I'm not even gonna sound like beat around the bush, broski. Like, it took me years to understand this thing. I'd be a fool just to put it on a table for every other, you get me? Not to be liberties, you get me? But hopefully me doing it and me being an independent is enough inspiration for the man them out there to know, right, can be done and you can do it too, you get me? If you've got a good following. I ain't sitting there saying, right, I'm the only one that can sell physicals. Do you know what I'm saying? But I do believe that a lot of men can't though. And I do believe that what I've done, a lot of men can't do it. Wallahi, I believe that they can't. Because I don't think their fans will step out for them. Because like I said, in 2022, it's very easy to consume music. So why am I gonna come out for this person if I don't really rate him like that? I might as well just go and have a stream. Click play on that playlist. You know what it is? My outlook is so positive right now. Like, shout out to BBC One Extra, shout out to the Asian Network, shout out to Spotify, shout out to Apple Music. I appreciate the support from all of the digital streaming platforms. I appreciate the support from everybody, every DJ that's playing my record. Even if you're on a pirate station, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Even if you didn't buy the mixtape and you streamed it, thank you very much. I appreciate you all. And no, I can't say I was overlooked. I overlooked myself. Because like I said, I should have done this 7 years ago. So I can't be mad at somebody for not being aware of my potential if I'm not showing them my potential. I can't be mad at somebody else for not putting me in a certain stead if I haven't got the accolades to contribute what I'm saying. I have one of them now. I have a small one, but I have one. I'm in the room, innit? I have a small one. So now we need to build from that and make more of an impact moving forward. And hopefully if I continue to make a positive impact, it's gonna have a positive impact on my life and it will be reflected in the support that I receive from the platforms. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you're charting, you're gonna get supported. And you've got to have your right business strategy. And you've got to plan, and you've got to plan ahead. And you've got to stick to it. And I'm living proof. And that took me a long time to execute something effective like this, bro. And a lot of men would have given up. A lot of men would have thrown in the towel and said, nah, it's long. But we don't quit around here. And I'm gonna continue to deliver, hopefully, bro. Man ain't getting complacent or nothing, like. Man still got a lot of work to do, bro. I gotta get busy. I don't even like using the words fans, supporters. People that have been rocking with me. It's a movement. People are moving with the movement and people are part of the movement. This is a movement. I've got a movement behind me and people are moving with it. They're rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all of them, bruv. I had little kids pulling up in Derby that were 11 years old, 10 years old, giving me a hug. I had big men pulling up that were 48 years of age, sending me, whoa, my son loves you. I rate you too. You know what I'm saying? So the audience is it's a wide range of this man's covering, bro. There's people of all ethnic backgrounds pulling up, you know what I'm saying?